I went down a Star Wars rabbit hole and came back with 10 of the weirdest, most unnecessary facts you'll never need. But now you have to know them, starting with this goat story. No, seriously. You know Yoda as the wise old Jedi Master, but did you know he once rode a giant alien goat into battle? It's called a Kaibuck, a massive antlered beast native to Kashyyyk. And in the old Legends comics, Yoda raised one like a pet. Really? He even rode it into combat during a separatist attack, because apparently lightsabers weren't dramatic enough. He needed a war goat. Picture it, a tiny green Jedi clinging to a galloping mega goat, flipping off its back and slicing through droids like it's a Lord of the Rings meets Rodeo Clown Academy. This wasn't just for fun. Yoda respected all life, and the Kaibuck was a symbol of his bond with nature and his willingness to rely solely on technology. Because nothing says peaceful monk like drop-kicking battle droids from the back of a furry moose with antlers. It's ridiculous, it's glorious, and yes, it's canon in Legends. Jedi on a goat. This galaxy just keeps giving, and I'm here for all of it. Number 2, Vader vs. Space Vampires. Ooh. Darth Vader once fought space vampires. Yeah. They're called the Anzati, creepy ancient predators who look like humans until their face tentacles come out and suck out your brains through your nose. In the Star Wars Tales comics, Vader travels to the Anzati homeworld and faces off with them. Not only do they fear his power, they try to feast on him and fail. Why? Because Anzati feed on a person's life essence, and Vader's more machine than man. His presence is so cold, so empty, the Anzati basically starve just by being near him. Like imagine being too emotionally unavailable to be eaten. That's next level dead inside. Chilling. And very real in the expanded universe. Number 3, the Jawa Jedi who tried. Ooh, what's going on here? Somewhere out in the dunes of Tatooine, a Jawa once tried to become a Jedi. His name was Akil, and while most Jawas were out trading droid parts and collecting junk, this one believed he was destined for something greater, like us all. In an obscure Star Wars RPG module, Akil tries to train in the Force, and yeah, he's not exactly good at it, but he tries. And I mean, come on, tell me you wouldn't pay to watch a Jawa in a robe try to lift a rock with its mind and fall over backward. It's easy to laugh, but that's the point. Star Wars is about hope, about believing you're more than your circumstances. And this little robe-covered sand gremlin with big dreams, he might have been the most Jedi of all. He failed, but he reached for the stars anyways. That's Star Wars. Number 4, the deadly frog outside Jabba's palace. Ever notice that weird frog thing outside Jabba's palace? That's a wart, and it's not just a set decoration, it's a predator that can digest stone. According to Canon guides, warts eat bugs, birds, and whatever else they can snatch with their gross, stingy tongue. But they've also been known to melt rock and survive in deserts by drinking condensation off walls. So while everyone inside the palace is worried about rancors and bounty hunters outside, there's a stone-melting murder frog hanging out by the door like it's no big deal. Honestly, Jabba had a whole security ecosystem. Just imagine tripping over your own feet on the way in and getting devoured by a frog. It's weird, it's dangerous, and it's real. Star Wars doesn't just build a galaxy, it populates it with the kind of creatures you'd avoid even on Earth. Number 5, Barbershop on a Star Destroyer. Never thought of that before. You think life aboard a Star Destroyer was just war and spreadsheets? Nope. The Empire had grooming stations, literal barbershops on its ships. According to legend sources, stormtroopers and officers were expected to maintain military grooming standards at all times. That meant high-end tights, clean shaves, and yes, onboard stylists. The Empire believed order started with appearance. So imagine being assigned to the Death Star and your job is cutting hair. That might be pretty cool. You're surrounded by laser cannons and Sith Lords, but somebody's got to make sure Tarkin's sideburns are symmetrical. Honestly, it's the kind of gig where you better not mess up a fade or you're getting force choked. The Empire, evil, yes, but also very well groomed. Number 6, the Empire's war on music. The Empire didn't just crush rebellions, they also tried to ban a musical instrument, the Nalargan, basically a giant alien keyboard. was used by Max Rebo, the blue elephant guy in Jabba's palace. But in parts of the expanded universe, they were linked to protest songs and rebellious underground culture. So the Empire began censoring performances and even shut down some clubs just for playing the wrong notes. Imagine stormtroopers raiding a cantina because someone was jamming too funky on a space piano. Like, sir, we've got a jazz situation on level 9. This is how deep the Empire's control went, right down to the soundtrack. They feared music because music makes people feel free. Number 7, Palpatine's clone that went wrong. Cloning the Emperor didn't always go smoothly. In Dark Empire, Palpatine returned using a series of clones, but not all of them were stable. Some went mad, one tried to burn Coruscant, another melted from the inside, and while it's not canon, that one thought he was actually a couch. It's honestly not that far off. The expanded universe hinted at failed clones with fractured minds, locked away in secret facilities. So yeah, there could absolutely be a clone of Palpatine somewhere out there who thinks he's a chandelier. And I don't know what's worse, galactic domination or a clone that insists everyone sit on him. And Emperor Palpatine, he just kept hitting copy-paste. Number 8, Planet of Cheese. Seriously, there's a planet in Star Wars that's literally made of cheese. But it was published under the Star Wars Tales banner, meaning someone approved this. The planet is called Lactine Depot, where an alien species makes everything, including their buildings, from fermented space dairy. A group of Jedi crash there and have to fight their way through collapsing cheese towers. I'm not making this up. Jedi versus dairy architecture. It's completely ridiculous. It's not canon, but it was officially printed. So yes, somewhere in the multiverse of Star Wars, there is a cheddar cathedral. The Force is strong, and unfortunately, so is the smell. Number 9, the droid known as Message Pigeon. Before encrypted comms and holodisc, the Rebellion used something hilariously old school, a droid called the Message Pigeon. Mentioned in obscure RPG books, this droid was designed to physically carry messages between rebel cells to avoid Imperial interception. It had wings, it beeped, it didn't talk. This was Star Wars' version of a carrier pigeon, except mechanical and probably really annoying. I like to imagine it delivering Death Star plans while loudly squeaking like a fax machine stuck in traffic. It was basically, we're fighting the Empire, but stealthily. Let's send a tiny metal bird through hyperspace, and somehow it worked. Never underestimate low tech in a high tech war. Star Wars has lightsabers and force ghosts, but also somewhere in the desert a sweaty droid is whispering, moist. And I, for one, salute him. So yeah, lightsabers are cool, but give me space goats, cheese planets, and malfunctioning droids that say moist any day. If you learned something today that absolutely didn't need to be learned, mission accomplished. Like, subscribe, and may your Star Wars knowledge forever be just a little more cursed.